Hi there, my name's Andy Hillier and today's guitar lesson is going to be on When You're Gone by Shawn Mendes. It's a lovely little song to play. I'm going to teach you the whole thing. Just before I do though, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, give me a like on the video and please leave me some comments, let me know what songs I should do next. And if you love what I'm doing and you want to support me and you want to print the tabs off for this, I'll put them on my Patreon page. I'll leave a link to that in the description. My guitar is in standard tuning. Now the song starts with a little arpeggio bit that goes like this. So to play that, put your first finger flat from the D string down at the 8th fret. So it's barring it across. Third finger on G10 and your little finger just underneath on B10. And you're going to play the D8, the G10, the B10, back to the G10. So far you've got... Then the E8, so your first finger's barred, so it's squeezing that down as well. Play the E8, then the B10, the G10, and then the B10. So bar 1 goes... You could play it with a pick, but I find it easier to play it with my fingers. Whichever way you find it easiest to pluck the strings is fine. Now bar 2 is exactly the same, but move your first finger up to the A string. And instead of playing the D8 at the beginning, you're going to change it to an A8, and the rest is the same. So the A8, the G10, the B10, the G10, the E8, the B10, the G10, and the B10. So bar 2. So bars 1 and 2. And then bar 3. We're going to put our first finger, it just needs to be on E8, second finger on G9, and third finger on D10. And you're going to play the D10, the G9, the E8, back to the G9, the D10, E8, the G9, and then the E8 again, so bar 3. And bar 4 is exactly the same. So the whole line slowly goes. And up speed. So that repeats round, and then we get some chords coming in going. Which is a B flat chord, which is your first finger, A1, third finger or little finger, whichever you prefer, on D3. Bit of palm muting, just resting on the beginning part of the string so you get that muted kind of sound. 8 hits on that. Then go up a string to the F5, so E1 and A3. Again, 8 hits on that. And then a C power chord, which is A3 with your first finger and D5. And it's 2 bars of that, so 16 hits. So the whole line goes. And it repeats that, and then it goes to the chorus, and it's exactly the same chords of the chorus, but you don't palm mute, so you just go. And that line also repeats. And then we get the second verse, which sounds like this. So to play that, first finger on A1, third finger on D3, second finger on G2. And you're going to play the A1, the D3, the G2, back to the D3, another D3, a G2, and a D3 to finish the first bar of that line. So bar 13 goes. Then just take your first finger up a string, so it's on E1, and it's exactly the same, but the first note's just changed to that E1, so you get. So bars 13 and 14 go. and then bar 15, place your third finger on A3, second finger on D2, so you can play the A3, the D2, the open G string, back to the D2, the G, the D2, and then the A3, so bar 15. And then bar 16, add your little finger onto D3. If you want to, you can just switch your fingers around, whichever way you find easiest. So place A3, D3, and then G, back to a D2, a G, a D2, and an A3. So bar 16 goes. So bars 15 and 16 you've got. So the whole line slowly. And up to speed. Then it goes back to the chorus, so it repeats that round 4 times in the second verse, and then it goes back to the chorus, and then there's a middle 8, which is just playing. So for that, it's a B flat chord, first finger A1, third finger across the D, G, and the B strings at the 3rd fret. Some of my students prefer to play it with the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th fingers on those, whichever way you prefer, it's fine. And then, so the B flat chord, then an F chord, first finger barred across all the strings on the 1st fret, second finger G2, third finger A3, little finger on D3, so it's an F chord. Then we've got a C chord, which is your first finger B1, second finger D2, third finger A3, so that's C, and the last chord is a D minor chord, which is first finger E1, third finger B3, second finger G2, playing from the D string downwards. So you've got. So you could play them just straight like that, or you could put a bit of rhythm in, go. Little down, down, up, down. And that repeats around 4 times, so that's a middle 8. And then from then on, we get to like the outro, which is just like a chorus, really. You could play just like the chorus like we did before with the power chords, or you could play it with like the big chords, playing the B flat major, F major, and C major for 2 bars. So that would just sound like this. And that just repeats till the end of the song. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed that little guitar lesson. If you have, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, give me a like on the video, press the notifications, and please leave me some comments. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know where in the world you're from, what you thought of the video, what songs I should do next as well. And if you love what I'm doing and you want to support me, support the channel, keep me doing it, and you want to print the tabs off for this and loads of other songs, you can support me on Patreon. I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. Well, thanks for watching this. I've been Andy Hillier, and I'll see you next time.